Tonight's big story at 5, taking from the troops. Part of an ongoing investigation leads to the arrest of 3 men, 2 of whom have ties to Governor Scott Walker. Now, important to note, there is no implication of any wrongdoing by Walker.
In fact, he asked the district attorney to investigate when his then county executive office learned that money meant for helping veterans was actually going to personal travel. Here's a look at the charges and those who are accused. Timothy Russell faces 3 counts of theft over $10,000. Kevin Kavanaugh, 1 count of theft over $10,000 and 4 counts of fraudulent writings. And Brian Pierrick, child enticement and exposing genitals. How did we get there? Tammy Hughes is live with more on where this investigation led.
Yeah, both Kavanaugh and Russell were in a Milwaukee County court this afternoon. Both of them are facing theft charges. One of them is accused of stealing money. Some of it was intended to go to wounded veterans. The other facing theft charges. Some of that money was intended to go to children of service members who had a parent killed in Iraq or Afghanistan.
State of Wisconsin versus Timothy Russell.
48-year-old Timothy Russell served as the deputy chief of staff under then county executive Scott Walker. In 2009, he was put in charge of the county's Operation Freedom event, which is a celebration of military veterans every 4th of July at the Milwaukee County Zoo. The criminal complaint says Russell transferred more than $20,000 from a fund used for Operation Freedom to his own personal accounts. Those funds were used to pay for Caribbean and Hawaiian vacations, among other things, even a political trip to Atlanta in 2010, where he helped organize Herman Cain's Presidential Exploratory Committee.
Tim Russell, who in 2009 was empowered to manage the funds related to Operation Freedom, used those funds for unlawful purposes.
Also in court was 61-year-old Kevin Kavanaugh, who is accused of stealing over $42,000, mainly from the Military Order of Purple Heart Fund, which he operated. That organization was in charge of the Operation Freedom picnic prior to 2009 and also made donations to children of service members who'd been killed in Iraq and Afghanistan. The complaint says Kavanaugh was given names of families to disperse the funds, but in many cases he wrote checks out to cash for himself. He's also accused of skimming cash from then State Senator Mark Gundrum. While on active duty with the Army Reserve, Gundrum donated his legislative salary to the Military Order of Purple Heart so it would go to wounded veterans. But instead of depositing all of that money, the complaint says Kavanaugh kept nearly $5,000 to himself. So to sum this up, both of them are facing charges related to theft. Both were released today on $20,000 signature bonds. This all started, they have ties to that Operation Freedom County picnic. It also started, according to the DA, it was then County Executive Scott Walker's Chief of Staff, Tom Nardelli, that noticed some of the funds related to that picnic weren't adding up. He actually asked the DA to start an investigation, and hence where we are today with these charges. So we do want to point out that Governor Scott Walker not accused of any wrongdoing, but this is part of that ongoing John Doe investigation. Reporting live outside the county jail, I'm Tammy Hughes, Fox 6 News.
And you've read the criminal complaint, as have I, and it sort of sets up like a novel. These are the characters you're going to meet throughout, and some of the characters were on boards and didn't even know they were listed on boards. Their name was just there to give these boards validity.
Exactly. It was almost like some of these boards, were almost like a front for these people who are accused. And yeah, they're like most charitable boards. You have people, they vote, where should money go, what should we do? And the people who are supposedly on these boards said, I didn't even know I was on the board, raises a lot of questions that led us here today.
All right, you've done a good job summing up so far. Tammy Hughes reporting live. Thank you.
Now a third man, Brian Pierrick.